And like I mentioned to you before, we are concentrating on maximizing value for all our shareholders. And we believe that we should return as much cash flow as we can to our shareholders. And once our royalty will start generating cash flow, we would like to contemplate another buyback of shares.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me is TNR Gold Executive Chairman Kirill Klipp. Kirill, very good to speak with you. You're recently out with a corporate update and strategic review of developing M&A opportunities. What are the strategic opportunities for TNR Gold?
Yes, Steven, thank you for having us today. As you know, we are building TNR Gold, the green energy, metals, royalty, and gold company. And for us, it was very important to deliver update to all our shareholders. And we would like to confirm them that our strategic priorities remain the same. We are working to maximize value for all our shareholders by preventing unnecessary dilution, by delivering above market returns to all our shareholders, and by reducing our administrative and general expenses.
Kirill, you said there's been recent increased M&A interest in TNR Gold. This would suggest success with your market activities. Could you expand on that, please?
Yes, we consider all dramatically increased interest to our company in the industry and to our assets as a success of our strategy. And basically, we succeeded with our marketing and we managed to tell our story about GEM Royalty, TNR Gold, Green Energy Metals Royalty and Gold Company. And now a lot of companies are looking with a lot of interest on our assets and at the company as a whole. And as you probably remember, in early 2023, we closed a deal with Lithium Royalty Corp, when our only part of our company was valued as high as $9 million, when Lithium Royalty paid for 0.5% NSR on Mariana Lithium, this amount of money. And it's confirmed our strategy. It's basically a benchmark for valuation of our assets, other assets, and it confirmed the management strategy in reducing low-ball opportunistic bids for our company and our assets.
I mean, Kirill, as you said, you've managed to deliver value to your shareholders, so above market returns, and that's despite the market uncertainty that we're seeing at the moment.
Yes, exactly. And that particular transaction with Lithium Royalty was so important for our company because basically we used those proceeds in order to repay our investment loan, which allowed us to create this very strong royalty portfolio. And we returned all our assets to our shareholders free of any encumberment. And like you said, even during the COVID-19 and even during this ongoing trade war, our company managed to deliver above market returns to our shareholders. Our share price was trading above market averages. And what is very important that now we can talk openly with all our insider reporting already in place, that management has been investing into this company for over 20 years. I was personally investing in TNR Gold for over 20 years. We participated in private placement even during the darkest time of COVID-19 pandemic. And now we resumed our buying and management is increasing our stakes in our business.
Kirill, could you take us through your strategic growth plans as you maintain stability at the company?
Yes. The main growth plans, of course, will be connected to our main projects, Mariana Lithium, Los Azules Copper, and Batidero 1 and 2 properties of Josemaria project with Lundin Mining. We will discuss it in a little bit of detail, maybe towards the end of our interview. But what is very important, again, I would like to inform all our shareholders that our company now gain a lot of strategic M&A interest in the industry. All our assets are well known to the parties. A lot of parties would like to strike potentially deals with our company and even contemplating the potential acquisition of the whole of our company. And here it will be important to remind all our viewers that we are working very diligently with our strategic committee, which was established in the fall of 2023. And we are reviewing all these potential transactions, including potential new royalty acquisitions. which can allow us to help to build our royalty portfolio further. Very important here will be to mention a significant part of our strategy to deliver shareholder return to all our shareholders. It's existence of our shareholder rights plan, which allows us to prevent any kind of hostile takeover attempts, which will not benefit all shareholders, but particularly like trolling hostile takeover attempts. And it allows us to really view all transactions and find the best one, which will benefit all our shareholders. And like I mentioned to you before, we are concentrating on maximizing value for all our shareholders. And we believe that we should return as much cash flow as we can to our shareholders. And once our royalty will start generating cash flow, we would like to contemplate another buyback of shares subject to regulatory approval. And we are very keen to find outside strategic investor for our Shotgun Gold property. We don't believe that we have invest our own capital in order to develop Alaska. We should preserve our capital, reduce amount of shares, and deliver above market returns to our shareholders.
The Shotgun Gold project, Kirill, is one that we haven't talked about very much. Could you give us an update on that?
Yes, we are working on potential strategic transaction with one of the majors in the gold mining industry. And our strategy here is to attract the company who already knows how to operate in Alaska, one of the major gold mining companies. We already found gold there. We have 700 plus of gold ounces in inferred category. We have our technical report released. And we have now 5 targets drill ready in order to move with strategic partner who will be investing potentially very strategic and important amount of capital in so-called in the ground developing this asset by earning the stake in this project. And later we are contemplating to spin out this particular project in order to deliver increased value to all our shareholders. And management already established a company, a standalone company for this operation. It is called Amerigold. And we hope that we will be available, already able to update our shareholders later this year on the strategic advances in developing Shotgun Gold in Alaska. With gold price hitting all-time high, it's time finally for us to make a best deal possible for our shareholders.
Another of your exciting projects is the Mariana Lithium project. That's an NSR royalty holding. And of course, you are starting to generate cash from that.
Yes, exactly. We celebrated this February the opening of production at the phase number 1, which is very important for all our shareholders, that we can start dreaming about phase number 2 in the future. And now Ganfeng is producing lithium chloride at 20,000 tons of annual capacity. It's very important. All our shareholders should review my blog articles because I'm connecting the important technical aspects of that production. Basically, Ganfeng is producing lithium chloride, which could be a very important chemical in order to produce lithium metal for the solid-state lithium batteries. And these batteries allows electric cars to drive safer and longer distance. And of course, everybody's talking about humanoid robots. And I believe humanoid robots will be using particularly this kind of solid-state lithium batteries. So we are plugged into this new revolution with humanoid robots coming in as well.
Well, moving on from humanoid robots, another exciting project, Los Azules. We talked about that last week. And of course, July, the definitive feasibility study is due.
Yes, exactly, Stephen. A lot of people are talking with me these days. A lot of shareholders, potential investors would like to get our update on our company, of course, after our news release. And a lot of people telling me, oh, Kirill, you dream again. You dreamed 20 years ago about electric cars. Now you are dreaming about humanoid robots. And I'm telling them, look, that electric car is already there, standing in my yard, right? So now moving back to solid mining business on which all these dreams will be coming true. Los Azules is moving into the next stage of development, into feasibility study, when hopefully this magnitude of this project will be illustrated one more time. We're expecting that resources will be dramatically, hopefully increased again. It's already very important project. It's a giant copper, gold, and silver project in Argentina. It's within 4 top largest copper projects which are not owned by the major. And we already have there under the development of a wonderful team built together by Rob McEwen, more than 11 billion pounds of copper in indicated category, more than almost 27 billion pounds of copper in inferred category. Now we are talking about increasing this, hopefully, with this new feasibility study. Even before new data coming out this July, we were talking about 175, potentially increasing to 180,000 tons of copper produced annually in LBMA copper plate. So, of course, it all fits very well our future potential valuations for our royalty. And we discussed just literally last week that our royalty could be valued as high as $30 million based on recent market transactions. And Rob McEwen discussing the acquisition of the royalty on Sol Gold project in Ecuador by Osisko Gold.
Kirill, before we end off, could you give us an update maybe on the Batidero 1 and 2 NPR, so not net profit royalties, that's also in Argentina?
Yes, it's another royalty holding which we have not been really talking a lot before, and we would like to introduce it again into the marketplace. And basically, we are holding a 7% net profit royalty on both Batidero 1 and Batidero 2 properties. They are adjusted to the open pit in the making of Josemaria project of Lundin Mining. Now they strike the deal with BHP, which we discussed a little bit last week. So basically, mining company number 1 in the world, BHP, is moving together with Lundin Mining to develop giant copper projects in Argentina, including Josemaria. We are waiting now for 43-101 report being released by Lundin Mining within 45 days from the start of May, and we hope to find new data potentially about drilling, maybe even on our properties, and then we can start seriously that Batidero 1 and Batidero 2 NPR royalty represents a future potential for growth of our royalty portfolio. And as I told you before, BHP is already moved there, and hopefully maybe Rio Tinto, which already invested 100 million in Los Azules, will move decisively in order to develop Los Azules. So all good news here with TNR Gold inside the Sabine again, because we like what we do. We like to dream about even more valuations, about humanoid robots, but all these dreams are based now on solid economic values in the making. And we would like to deliver these returns above the market to all our shareholders still.
Well, Kirill, I hope you'll continue to keep us updated on progress with your portfolio. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thank you very much for having us today. Have a great day.
You too. Kirill Klipp, the Executive Chairman of TNR Gold.